Okay, now we're on to mission 7. Now, as you probably know, mission 7 is a mission that you can choose between V and Nero. Now, from this screen, you can probably tell I'm going to play through this mission as Nero instead of V. One of the reasons is because I pretty much prefer playing as Nero other than V. That is a personal preference, but also I did try to go through V's mission just to check and refresh my memory, see if there's any part that is easier than Nero's that maybe I should recommend you to go through V's part instead. But in conclusion, I haven't really found any particular advantage going through this mission as V instead. And just Nero in general just has a better moveset to deal with some more troublesome enemies, such as Riots, than trying to spam your side dash as V and hope for the best against like multiple Riots. I really wouldn't recommend that. So yeah, so in conclusion, we're going through this mission as Nero, and I would advise that you do the same if you want a, well, quote-unquote, easier time, in my opinion. As you can see, my breaker lineup is as follows. So mostly I would recommend that you bring mostly Gerberers, and maybe a couple of punchlines and some overtures in between. But mostly Gerber would be my main recommendation for this mission. Now that one Rawhide at the front isn't really related to like the strategies, but there's a neat trick using Rawhide against Death Scissors that I want to show. So let's get in there real quick and I'll show you. Now, let's break that first. Not that important, but just force fabric. Anyways, right here the first fight will be two Death Scissors, despite the cutscene being the first appearance of Riots, but that's for V, so we'll ignore that. Anyways, as you can see here, now let's recap on what I have said before about Death Scissors. As Nero, you can simply brute force this by snatching to cancel their counterattacks. That way you can keep hammering at their defense and not really suffer any retaliation. So that is cool and all. That's very neat, actually. The fact that you don't have to rely on any breakers for this tactic. But if you just happen to have a Rawhide, what you can actually do also, I think, is to do this. Do a breakage on these Death Scissors. That way, it will actually result in an immediate stun. Because to some people that may have forgotten, like me, actually, Rawhide actually has stun properties, just like Dante's Balrog. Hitting enemies with Rawhide actually slowly builds up this sort of an additional stun property. That, well, given enough hits, it will make enemies enter a long stun. And the breakage does, well, a lot of stun. And just so happens it could just almost one-hit stun the Death Scissors with Rawhide. So if you happen to have a Rawhide to use on the Death Scissors, you can try that tactic. I think you have to like hit the Death Scissor at least like once with a normal attack first. I think the stun property is just not enough if you just use the breakage. So anyways, that's just a little extra tip for Death Scissors. But that's actually not the main highlights of this video or this mission as a whole. Now, about this mission, although it doesn't really have a real boss fight, although we'll talk about that later, the midway fights in this mission is actually surprisingly difficult. Not only are they very intense, but you don't have any way to refill your breakers in midway, all the way until, I think, just before the boss fight. So, in that sense, this mission is actually it's a weird requirement of breaker management, in a way. Like, to manage how many breakers you use per fight and things like that. So, my recommendation in that regard is to actually keep most of these breakers. Just to like, this is a rare mission that I would advise people to like not really spend their breakers too fast. In most missions is mostly fine. Whichever fight you decide to spend most of your breakers in and stuff, it's not really that big of a problem. But in this one, I would advise that you, well, keep most of your breakers all the way here, at least. The 2 fights before that, just don't use any breakers. Don't use any breakage moves. Now, this is the first real danger in this mission, in my regard. Right here is the Riot fight, which will spawn a hell lot of Riots. Now, I would advise that you immediately, for example, do a breakage move. Pedal Ray is excellent in this room because it's an enclosed space, which these pedal rays will bounce off the wall and continue to, well, exist. So, Berserker is highly recommended for this room. And also, a second tip is to immediately destroy that spawner just now. Otherwise, Riots will just keep spawning, and if you're not good at dealing with Riots, well, this will be like literal hell. Anyway, so fortunately for Nero, as we've discussed in previous missions, he does have a pretty easy way to deal with Riots, which is, well, this, to snatch. So, in theory, you don't really, like, have to worry about it that much, but it's easy, like, to have accidents happen if you just let Riots stay on the screen for too long. So, yeah, my advice is to, well, deal with these spawners ASAP. Like, usually, spawners in this game, like, you have 2 choices, basically. You can wait for them to spawn all the enemies, so you can earn a higher score in that way. Or you can just destroy them immediately to prevent unnecessary enemies. Now, in most other occasions, actually, I wouldn't really oppose waiting the spawner to spawn extra enemies. But in this mission, where those spawners like will spawn Riots, I in particular really don't like Riots. So, and I think they are one of the most dangerous enemies in this game, especially on DMD. So, I would advise that you deal with them ASAP. Now, this one, arguably, you can just play around a little bit more. This one only spawns like these Berserkers. Forgot about their like official names, but now arguably they are, well, easier to deal with. They're not easy, but easier to deal with, arguably. But yeah, if you don't want trouble, I would still also recommend that you deal with these spawners immediately. You don't want to jump around like this and dodge Berserkers like hell. For me, I'm kind of a bit more used to doing this, so I'm kind of alright on that regard. Because, well, as you can see here, I could just buster them and stop the charge midway. So I'm not like super worried about Berserkers. But although that aren't like really comfortable with dealing with these guys, I would recommend that you deal with the spawners ASAP. In this mission in particular, I don't think the score would be a big problem, so you don't really have to worry about well, not killing enough enemies for your S rank. So yeah. Anyways, now we are approaching the I think the second last fight before, like the second last normal fight, excluding the boss fight. Here I would recommend that you can use a couple of breakers, but still keep like at least half of them for the next one, which is once again Riots. If you haven't figured it out by now, I'm really cautious about fighting Riots. It has something to do with my early experience being traumatized by Riot spamming their goddamn claws and their barrel rolls. I will not deny that. But yeah, I just think overall Riots are like they're too fast for me in a way. Like normal enemies, I can sort of read their movements easier. Like they'll try to come close, or they'll do like a very long animation of a charge attack that you can spot from a mile away. But Riots, nah. Riots will suddenly leap and dash, and they'll ruin your day that way. I sure have been ruined numerous times by those goddamn barrel rolls. So yeah, if I can give any advice about this game, just watch those riots. Those goddamn riots could be the bane of your existence if you don't respect them. That's that. Anyways, let's try to use some breakers. I shouldn't be too stingy. If I can hit something, goddamn. I suck at that. That's okay. And I think, yep, Berserkers. Also an important enemy to watch out for. Which is why we usually like to stay on in the air with this. The safety of airtime. Your best friend in this game, arguably. Actually, no. You know what? I think airtime is your best friend throughout like the entire series. Like seriously. I think the only game that is like not that safe in the air is like DMC4. Like that game, DMC4 has like, I think almost like half of the enemies have like some kind of anti-air attacks. So in that sense, it's not that safe. But still, most of the times it's your best choice, really. I am hesitating on whether I should use some more breakers. Okay, it's fine. I think it's fine. Just one more. Like, as long as I get at least like one Gerberer to use up there, I think I should be doing fine. So these 4 breakers should be alright. Actually, let me explain a bit about what's going to happen up there. Now, up there is arguably one of the most dangerous fights in this mission, even more dangerous than the boss fight, I reckon. Is a room with like 2 spawners spawning riots, which is absolute hell. Now, actually, first of all, we need to get up there, so we can try to ride this rocket if these goddamn lightning mushrooms aren't such an asshole. Oh god, oh no, don't get, oh. Alright. Now, I would advise that you deal with these mushrooms like right now, because their lightning balls, their lightning projectiles will actually like float up all the way into the actual fight, so let's not let that happen. Also, we should deal with this guy. This guy will also get into the fight if you don't kill him here. So we'll just snatch it and smack it a few times. Come on. Goddamn. It's goddamn elevators. There we go. Alright, done deal. Okay, good. Now those little guys, those 2 Hellkiners down there will also get up, but that's okay. Those are chumps. We don't have to worry about them. First of all, let's get rid of these spawners ASAP. Come on. Got this one too. I think that one's not dead yet, but it's okay. The Petal Ray should deal with that one. There we go. Excellent. Petal Ray in enclosed space is just MVP. Best breaker ever. And now that all the spawners are gone, there are only 3 riots in total, and one of them is near dead, so we should be relatively fine. There we go. Oh, no you don't. There we go. 1 riot left. Alright. I think things are under control now. There we go. No more riots. All good. All good. Ooh. Excellent. Wow. That went well. That surely went well. Ooh. You have no idea how many times, like, I've got my ass whooped in this fight. Man. Just don't disrespect the riots. Just remember that. Anyways, now that things are all good, we can prepare for the boss fight.
No such thing as too prepared.
Now, the next fight is technically speaking not really a boss fight because they're just like Proto Angelos and Scissor Angelos. But actually, I didn't know this for quite a while, but the Proto Angelo in this mission actually it's got like double health from like compared to the normal counterparts. Now, in terms of strategy against this boss fight, I don't exactly have like anything magical. Like I don't have like some amazing method that you can kill everyone at once or something like that. Usually, when I play this mission, well, as Nero, I just like to snatch up the one of the Proto Angelos and just smack at them in the air one by one until they die. So, yeah, I just like to basically divide them up and just handle one at a time, really. I think that is the quote-unquote safer approach and just easier to manage overall instead of like charging right into the chaos that is like 5 Angelos and then there's these like familiars and then sometimes Nightmare will come in, do all sorts of crazy explosions, and yeah, I usually try to avoid that. Now, against the Proto Angelo, I usually like to use something like this. As you can see, I got 2 Overtures and 2 Buster Arms, which is like lined up one after another. Now, if you didn't realize about Overture, the breakage move against most like normal sized enemies, the breakage animation will actually like knock them down most of the time. And in the case of Proto Angelo, every time you knock him down is a chance for Nero to do a buster. So, which means every time you use a breakage with the Overture, is also a free chance for a buster. You can basically like do a breakage for Overture and then immediately follow up with a breakage buster arm. And that would, well, pretty much stun lock the Proto Angelo until you run out of arms, of course. So yeah, I think this lineup is what I'm going to bring. And let's see what happens. Now, because we are on DMD, they are going to have like absurd amounts of health. And for the Proto Angelo, for people that don't really know, Proto Angelo by default has like this red mode when they enter like the final quarter of their health. This is like regardless of difficulty, like even on Devil Hunter and even human mode, they will enter red mode when their health is really low, like which they'll like go into this frantic state where the only attack they'll really do is the charge attack. Well, they will occasionally just do normal attacks as well, but very rarely. Like most of the times, they'll just keep spamming their charge attacks. That's red mode. On the other hand, on DMD, they also still got like Devil Trigger, like all other enemies. It makes them super tough because like red mode by itself reduces the damage taken by half, and then DT also does the same. So by the time you drop a Proto Angelo down to like a quarter of their health, they are both in DT and in red mode, so they take just 1/4 of every damage you do to them, which is absolute just atrocious. I don't know what else to say, but yeah, it's pretty atrocious. So hopefully, like usually a single Buster Arm breakage would kill any enemy if they're not in DT, but in this case, because once again the Proto Angelo has like double the health, because in this mission it's treated like a boss, so it's got special health bars. In this case, I think we'll have to at least use 2 Buster Arms on the Proto Angelo, so that is why I bring this setup, but we'll see how that goes. We'll see how that goes. Oh, by the way, I really like this cutscene. Not only does it like show, like hint at a little bit about V's like history with Proto Angelos, like with Angelos as a whole, but yeah, the whole like opera, like sliding on the floor, like getting straight down to the bottom of the Cliford is yeah, it's pretty special. Arguably, like, you know what? It's ridiculous even for DMC standards, like how the whole opera like slides on the floor, like. That to me is more of like a Bayonetta level of absurdness, but you know what? I think I take it. Like maybe once in a while, sure, but yeah, I think it's fine for a DMC game to do this once in a while. What is not okay, in fact, what is even more absurd, would be the life bar of these goddamn Angelos. Ooh. Anyways, my approach usually is to deal with these chumps first. So we're just going to do this. Once again, this is where the enemy stab and snatch combo comes into play, where you can safely deal with one Angelo at a time. Like, it's ridiculous, like, the fact that one of these, like, Proto Angelo, like, took a showdown to the face when he only had, like, a quarter of his health left is just ridiculous. Wait, hold on, where's the Proto Angelo? Oh, wow, did V took care of it when I was trying to deal with the Scudos? But really? Oh, right, I know what happened. Okay, how do I explain this? Right, when these like Angelos, when the Proto Angelo does a team attack, like he gathers all the Proto Angelos to do a team attack. If you stun the Proto Angelo, he will enter like a brief stun state, where in V's perspective, like V can actually go straight in for a like instant kill. I'm not sure if I explained that very well. Maybe I'll like post a clip of like how that actually happens. But anyways, yeah, I think that's exactly how that happened. Which is very lucky in a sense, because, well, V rarely gets a chance to do that. But in this case, I think we're just going to restart. Otherwise, yeah, for the purpose of this like video series, relying on luck really isn't the point. So even though V did a really good job, really outstanding job, in fact, but we're just going to redo it safe, unfortunately. Well, I guess in a way it was fortunate that I get to show it happening, like especially like for the NPC V to do that it's pretty amazing. But anyways, let's try that again. V did a very good job. For the purpose of this video, I think we need to do this legit ourselves. So here we go. Alright, just like last time, we are going to, well, snatch one of these guys right there. And we're just going to hammer down this guy until he's dead, and then move on to the next one. It's honestly a little boring, but hey, that is the best I can do, really. Alright. Now, V is trying very hard. Now, hopefully, V doesn't work so hard as to steal our kill again. Otherwise, I might have to record this like a third time, which is not really that fun. Let's be real here. Like, hey, come on! Oh, hey, that was an instant explosion. Shadow Spike went in just at the right moment. That's weird. There we go. Let's try to do a showdown on both of you guys. Oh, never mind. I can only hit one. Oh well. Oh well. Can't always get to it. And you come back down. There we go. And I'll hammer on you a little bit. I think he's almost done. Come on. Almost. There we go. Off you go. Damn. Wait, you entered DT already? Oh, that's quick. Oh, I think it's because your shield broke. Like, when Proto Angelos got their shield broken, they'll immediately DT, I think. But do they actually get more health in that case? I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I remember wrong, but I think I've read somewhere that if you break the shield and force them into DT mode that way, I think they actually don't get more health. I mean, like, tougher. They actually get weaker, I think. Like, in terms of defense. I'm not sure, but don't quote me on that. I'm not exactly sure. And I should probably start using breakage moves, but couldn't really find the right timing. Especially like the punchline one is a bit slow, so gotta find just the right time for that. Let's see if I can hit anyone here. Oh, never mind. I missed the punch again. God damn. I just can't seem to get the right height, like the safe height to do this. There we go. And we almost... I think, 2 of the Proto Angelos are dead. This will be the 3rd one. Come on. Another one. Not yet, not yet. Oh god. Come on. There we go. 3rd one's dead. And 1 more. Just 1 more. And this time V did not get his lucky hit in. So I think... Wait, actually, I think V is down. Oh god. Are you alright, buddy? Well, Sick Boy is sick. So we'll leave him alone. Anyways, now that we are actually like one-on-one with the boss, let's take care of you real quick. We'll just grind you up like this. It's okay. It's actually a little boring with this much health, but it's okay. We can handle this. We can do this. Come on. Almost, almost. I think it's almost done. Just a couple more combos. There we go. Now we can do one-on-ones. I want to do the punch. Come on. Come on, come on. Hit! Oh, goddamn it. I just cannot hit it. I simply cannot hit it. Oh god, and he's already in DT mode. Oh god, I think V pissed him off a little bit too fast. Either that or it's my taunt, but I'm not sure. Anyways, let's see if I can do this. Oh Jesus. Oh, there we go. Oh, never mind. I missed. Anyways, let's try to do it. Oh goddamn, I was too slow. It's okay. We can do this. Look at that. And free Buster. There we go. Let's see. Buster Breakage does... Oh my god. Like, what was that? Like 20%? Not even, I think. Not even like 20%. God. This is how ridiculous this guy is. Like... This is just crazy. Let's do a normal one. Normal one is like nothing. Oh my god. This is getting into crazy levels. And the last one. Come on. Oh, we're almost done. We're almost done. We can skip most of his red mode, hopefully. No, don't get away. There we go. Oh god. Ooh, that was close. Alright, now we have to do this the slow way. Just to be safe. You could parry him, but I wouldn't recommend. Because like one of these attacks, like he has a really quick like downward slam, and then there's a slower like vertical slash, so it's a bit difficult, especially for Nero, to parry those 2 attacks, since you don't really know which one will come out until the last second. So I wouldn't recommend doing that. But anyways, there we go. I didn't have the no continue bonus because I reloaded the save for the little accident that V caused. But anyways, as you can see, we still got the S rank. No problem. Now, the next one, Mission 8, is a pretty big one. Since you all know, it has a Urizen boss fight. And with Nero, there is a lot to talk about on how to handle Urizen. So that will be fun, trying to plan that. But anyways, this is it for Mission 7. I hope that my advices helped you a little bit. And I guess I'll see you in the next one.